at the Grove overlooking where the globalists are meeting. Believe me, they're very upset by this. They don't like it. But I drug him in here because I knew he was in the newsletter. He helped run DavidIcke.com. Gareth Icke, who is David Icke's son, I thought he'd have the premiere here on our radio show. Buddy, what is it like having a dad like this?
It's interesting. For one thing, it's not regular, but it's good. It's great because it gives me the freedom to try and be myself as well.
Well, you're an accomplished musician. Tell us about some of the work you're doing and your view on Bilderberg.
Well, to be honest, I was a musician for a long time, and I was trying, like all young people do, is to try and break into the industry and try and make it, whatever making it means. And then I found out from the inside just how corrupt and just how bent the whole industry is, which kind of freaked me out a bit, to be honest, because obviously, Dad's been talking about this stuff for a long time, but to actually see it, I was offered £100,000 on my first album to take the album as an advance, based on me changing my surname and saying basically I didn't agree with anything that Dad had ever said. I was offered it there on a plate, and obviously told them to stick it up their arse, obviously. But that kind of woke me up a bit, and now, the music industry is so corrupt that all the musicians are, and it's the same at Bilderberg because there's lots of musicians around as well. There's some really, really top-notch musicians that are turning their back on the establishment and on the music industry and doing it on their own. And I'm happy to be part of that. It's great. Making noise.
And give people your website.
It's just GarethIcke.com. Yeah, I'm normally talking rubbish on there, but it's all good fun. And there's loads of songs on there too.
GarethIcke.com. And in closing, I'm going to come back with all the news, folks, all the info in the next 30 minutes I haven't gotten to yet. David, we're talking about how they try to intimidate us, and when we don't fear them, then they are pathetic. What is the key, in closing, in about 3 minutes, to defeat these people?
Well, if I could just say very quickly, Alex, this fella was at school when the ridicule of me was at its peak, and he went through a nightmare at school as a kid, being ridiculed day after day after day, and he's still sitting by my side. This is one hell of a bloke, I'll tell you, and he's a fantastic musician. But
they're not laughing now.
No, they're not laughing. No, well, the bloody media are laughing, but I mean, again, they're
laughing to themselves.
Yeah, well,
when they attack us, it's an endorsement.
The thing is, they've got, I feel for them, bless them, because they've got to come to terms with the fact that they've been reporting the world in a completely inaccurate way all their careers, and the people they've been ridiculing have been people that have been doing the job that they should have been doing but aren't. For me, if you can get to Watford tomorrow, if you can get to the Grove Hotel and join us, please come.
Oh, yeah, and the police are trying to divert you away. I'll tell you after David leaves, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's very important to listen to what Alex says after the break, because they're trying to do everything they can to stop people getting there and to make it as difficult as possible. Please, let's come in numbers. Let's smile in their face, and let's do what is necessary to make a massive statement in numbers. Absolutely looking across at the place where it's all going on. Please, make the effort.
We will. What would your dad say? How about 3 generations? What would your dad say looking down on you right now?
Well, my father was someone who was highly intelligent and a rebel, but of course didn't know anything of this was going on. And, I tell you what my father did, Alex. He said to me when I was a little kid, I never forgot it. He said, "You're never finished in life until you sit down and say to yourself, I'm finished. Until you get to that point, no one can stop you." And I remembered that through the ridicule years, and I remember it now because, this is a great weekend, and it's a great step forward, but my goodness, have we got some work to do in the years ahead. Massive. But that stuck with me and got me through so much. And this kid, I tell you, this fella went through hell as a child because of the abuse of his father. And the fact that he's still going and so successful, I'm so proud of this boy, I can't tell you. And my other kids as well, Kerry and Jamie.
Hey, I got to tell you, David Icke, it's great meeting you in person after all these years, and we've missed each other a few times narrowly, but here we are now, and tomorrow speaking outside the Grove. Everybody should be there. This is historic, and you're doing great work getting people to think outside the box. David Icke.
Yeah, you too, mate.
All right. Great to meet you. We'll be right back after the break, folks. Stay with us.